Welcome back to another episode of Orlando Weekly Recap, where I'm going to be recapping what happened in Orlando over the past week. Pretty simple. And so let's get into the first story, which is NBA superstar, Finals MVP Steph Curry and his wife recently bought a home here in the Orlando area, more specifically Winter Park's coveted zip code of 32789. It's a really nice home in a good location, not far off from Park Ave. They bought it for around 2.1, 4 beds, 3 full baths, 2 half baths, just around 4,200 square feet of space. I'm gonna show you the inside, not the outside. I don't want anybody getting any ideas. And so it looks really nice, very elegantly done for the modern home. Usually it's pretty sterile in some of these homes, but I think this one was tastefully done. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's very white, a lot of windows, and I really like how the floor kind of tones down the whiteness of the space, makes it a little bit more warm. I also like that couch. I don't know, it just looks nice. But you got a kitchen that seems like a 6-burner. Yep, 6-burner gas cooktop. Nice backsplash. Pretty much standard for, $2 million at this point in Winter Park, which is sort of entering their high-end space. Between 1 and 2, you might find something that has extraordinary features, but once you're really getting upwards of 2 million, that's when the difference starts to kick in when it comes to Winter Park real estate. But yeah, congrats to them. Welcome to Orlando. Let me guys know what you thought of the home itself. There's actually a lot of professional athletes that do live in Orlando, both retired and active, especially in Winter Park, Lake Nona, like Golf Central over there, and then the Windermere and kind of Doctor Phillips area. And so this isn't necessarily surprising, but this has been one of the biggest stars in a while to actually have a address here. But if you're looking to live within the same neighborhood, this home just came on the market. It's 5 beds, 5 full baths, 1 half baths, 4,100 square feet, listed at just under 2.5. Really nice by FG Schwab's, which I personally love their homes. They actually have a mini subdivision going on right now if you were interested in building one yourself. But let me know what you guys think of this one right here. Really love the exterior, very modern of course, but the stonework really kind of tones down the modernness a bit. So as you step inside, love the door, by the way. Really love the interior. I'm more of a modern contemporary guy. I'm not too sure what your preferred style is. If you're Mediterranean, type of person, you probably hate this, but I know I just like it. I think the backsplash is a little polarizing, if I were to say that, but I do love the overall finishes in this one as well. So now that you've seen both Steph's and this one, comment down below which one do you like more. And with that, we head on to story number 2. So story number 2 is coming out of the Doctor Phillips area, more specifically the O-Town West development. Chuck Woodall, CEO of Unicorp, which is the development company in charge of O-Town West, is planning to submit an application for a 200-unit, not high-end, but super high-end apartment complex. It's going to be right at the end of Daryl Carter Parkway on the opposite side of Apopka Vineland. And so it's supposed to be this resort style, super high-end features that you'd find in $1 million plus homes as described by him. And I think many rant, but this is really how people get sucked into the cycle of renting, because you really look at it from this perspective, which is like, let's say I was a prospective buyer slash renter. I was just looking for somewhere to live, and I can go rent somewhere for $3,000 a month and have $1 million quote unquote lifestyle with what could be, when you go into one of these units, Carrera marble countertops and white oak hardwood floors and top of the line appliances and state-of-the-art fitness center and pool with cabana. He's saying it's gonna have a really grand entrance, and so all of that stuff kind of wows you. And on the flip side, if you were to buy a home, give or take within that same monthly budget, you might be getting laminate floors and granite or quartz countertops, and so all of a sudden it doesn't look as attractive to do the thing that actually builds you wealth long term versus short-term appeasement and living a $1 million lifestyle, so to speak. And so, well played by Chuck. I might be biased, obviously, I'm a real estate agent, but it's gonna look really nice, that's for sure. And I am excited to see anything that looks really nice. Well, O-Town West as a development is doing really well. 100% of the retail space has been leased out. You got P.F. Chang's coming in. You already have the White Castle Portillo's, World of Bear, Bubba Coo's Burritos, Maple Street Biscuit and Company. There's tons of really great options that are going to be coming within that area, and so it's going to be really cool to see how the whole thing in and of itself, with the hotel, restaurants, apartments, daycare, healthcare, really everything combined. And that hotel, to speak of, is actually supposed to be this big brand name. He's saying that it's going to draw a ton of people from all over the world. And so comment down below, what brand do you think that is? And yeah, that really wraps up O-Town West. Great development. Really excited to see how it kind of adds to the Dr. Phillips area. So let's move on to story number 3. deliveries coming out of the Orlando International Airport, more specifically Terminal C. If you remember, I did touch on this on my previous episode of Orlando Weekly Recap, where I talked about how they're experiencing a lot of delays. They've actually ramped up their construction budget by $40 million to sort of get this thing sped up to be open by late September. Now, recently, they announced all the stores and shops and restaurants that are going to be in the new terminal. And so I'm going to read them off to you while showing you what inside the terminal looks like as it stands. And so with that, make sure you comment down below which one you're most excited for, because it's quite an extensive list. I'm gonna try and get through this as fast as I possibly can. And so ready, set, go. Barney's Coffee and Tea Company, you have Wine Bar George, you have Orange County Brewers, Provisions by Cash and Larder, you got PGA Tour Grill, Raw Juice, Cucina and Company, Old Hearth Bread Company, Cask and Larder Public House, Orlando Brewing Bar and Bite, Sunshine Diner by Chef Art Smith, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Auntie Annie's, Cinnabon, Eola Market, Shake Shack, Harvest and Grounds, Summer House Orlando, Green Beats, Desano Pizzeria, Main Street Market with Einstein Bros Bagels, and Replenish with Illy Coffee. The shops and stores are going to be City Arts Market, that's going to be featuring local artists, Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal Orlando, The Scoop, Gatlin Trade, Sunglass Hut, Brighton, and Trip Advisor. And so for my frequent or even non-frequent travelers, which one are you most excited to see in the new terminal? And with that, I feel like next week is gonna have a bunch of stories, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, found value, let me know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the family, follow me over on Instagram at Orlando with Mario. And if by chance you are looking to buy or sell a home here in Orlando, I'd love to partner with you as your real estate advisor. So reach out to me, email is gonna be romariog@salesOrlandoFL.com. If you didn't catch that, don't worry, it will be in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, but until then, stay safe.